Okay, welcome back.
Haven't created your ad video.
Everybody believes that they have their own version of morality and truth. No, it's not about science. What's the difference? What's the difference between your truth and the truth?
My truth is my truth. That's the difference.
Should I respect that?
Absolutely.
What if my truth is that I like to sleep with dogs? Should you respect that?
I feel like live your life is very
I
disgusting.
should live my life. Wait, hold up. That's disgusting now. Now you said it. You said you should respect it, and now it's disgusting.
Mike, I'm just saying, like, if that's what you want to do, I don't think it's right. But like,
I don't respect that.
if that's your truth, that's your truth. But
Sleep with dogs. Should you respect that?
I feel like live your life is very
I
disgusting.
should live my life. Wait, hold up. That's disgusting now. Now you said it. You said you should respect it, and now it's disgusting.
Mike, I'm just saying, like, if that's what you want to do, I don't think it's right. But like,
I don't respect that.
if that's your truth, that's your truth. But
So it doesn't sound like you respect it if you think it's disgusting and it's not right.
I think it's disgusting. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Because you said, well, hold on. You said that you should respect everybody who has their own truth. I said that if I say I like sleeping with dogs, based on your judgment of truth,
It comes at a certain extent.
so there you go. You agree with me. At some point, there is an objective truth.
Are you really sleeping with
Moral,
dogs
that's-
though?
No, I'm not.
Also,
I feel like you're being like
To an extent, I
hypothetical,
agree.
but if you're being for real, like,
I'm being hypothetical because I'm using your standard of truth. If we follow yours and people just get to be like, okay, it's my truth that I like to sleep with dogs, then there's all this degeneracy. At some point, you got to say no. Like transgender sports, no. So say I wanted to be in a relationship with a dog. Would you say that that's okay?
No.
Even though it doesn't affect you, it doesn't hurt anybody.
It's hurting the dog.
What if the dog is just licking peanut butter? Technically, it's not even hurting the dog. Gets to eat good protein. Peanut butter is great protein for the dog, and I get satisfaction from it. Based on your diagnosis that if you feel that way, you're not going to judge. You judge me for wanting to be with the dog, but you don't judge a man turning into a woman.
You want to be with. You're right.
There's a current trend from the liberals and the feminists. They say that if you feel this way, it's fine, I'm not going to judge. Do you believe in judgment?
I do believe in judgment for sure.
Do you think that we prioritize feelings over facts?
Yeah.
We definitely do.
Where is our morality based at? In the West.
Our morality in the West, it's based around feelings completely, not hurting each other's feelings, and just being kind to one another, putting people's ideologies before truth and fact.
Do you believe a post-op transgender person should be morally obligated to tell their partner that they're transgender?
Within a certain amount of time, yes. I'm not saying first date, but within the first 2 or 3 weeks, absolutely, you have an obligation.
Absolutely not. If you don't feel obligated to tell your partners every single time you had anal sex before them, nobody's obligated to tell you about their past history at all. If it doesn't affect the current relationship, if you feel some kind of way about it, that's something you should have disclosed, and it's not up to your partner to go back into their history to explain themselves.
Just like if you had a disease, AIDS or syphilis or something like that, you have an obligation to tell your partner, listen.
So would you compare being transgender to having a disease?
No, I would not compare being transgender to having a disease. I'm just saying there's something that is, you need to inform your partner.
Okay, well, why would they need to do that if trans women are real women?
They're not real women. Were you born a man? Yes, then you're a man. You can, listen, get surgery, do whatever it is you want to do. If that.
This guy technically never said that they were real women. He technically did say you can do that if you feel like it, but you're not a real girl. Which I don't really care. I personally think no, you can't do that. But they're gonna do it, so I think that's not a thing. But if you're gonna do it, it's not like I can do anything about it. So no real problem with it. As long as they're not telling like children to do that stuff. Like go on what is it called? Puberty blockers and stuff. So I don't think that's good at all. Because children don't know what they even want. They don't even know what their favorite color is yet.
makes you happy. I can't imagine what it's like to look in the mirror and not see the person that I believe.
Because imagine if you gave that child the same right to change their name, they would be named like Spider. Every little kid would be named Spider-Man right now.
I am, but that does not make you a woman.
Is it fair to label men who don't date trans women transphobic, or is that preference?
That's just preference.
Yeah.
We are still kind of living in a state of
Because I'm technically not transphobic. Like, I don't care if someone's trans, but like, I wouldn't date one.
bigotry. So I can't really like blame you for your initial reaction, but there is the general rule of your first reaction is how you're raised. Your second response is what you've learned. Always go based on what you've learned, and then bigotry shouldn't be an issue.
Does a man...
If you always go on what you were learned, then what's the point of being raised a certain way? Why raise a kid? Just put him in... Just tell someone else to raise him. That doesn't make sense.
Betrayed if a trans woman doesn't disclose her past?
If it's been 2 years, then yes, I would say you could feel betrayed. But if it's been 2 weeks, then no, you've got to give that person an opportunity to kind of work up the courage to say, hey, this is my past.
Well, wouldn't a man have the right to know right away if a woman can become the potential mother to his kids?
If having children out the gate,
I feel like
the concern of yours, then that is a conversation you need to have out the gate. And yes, at that point, it is responsible to disclose that information. But if that's not a conversation that you guys have had prior to that, I'm a biological woman and I can't have kids, and I don't start out every single fucking date with, I'm not going to be the mother to your kids. So there's literally no difference.
Does a person have the right to feel betrayed if their partner doesn't disclose their promiscuous past?
No.
Why is the past when it comes to your partner's body count, but not when they've had a sex change?
Because that's like a false pretense. You're entering into the relationship with somebody that you believe to be a biological male or female as a...
But what if you don't like somebody who's not a biological? What if you're a guy who doesn't like people, or who doesn't want to date someone that's a biological male as well, but transformed into a girl, and he just got totally buffooned?
You're entering into a relationship with somebody you're just assuming that person has a low body count, and then you find out differently later.
No, I mean, nobody wants to hash up their past, and sometimes people's past is dark, and if they're ready to tell you, they will tell you. And if you love somebody, you will accept when they're ready to tell you. Forcing somebody to disclose information about them that is deep is honestly kind of low-key self.
Well, like, what if they killed like 16 people and they didn't tell you about it? Is that the same thing? I mean, it's deep and it's dark. It's their past. What if they didn't tell you they killed 16 people? And then you would not knowingly date somebody who is a mass murderer and could potentially, if they ever get caught, get thrown in jail. Because they could lie about you, saying that you knew that they killed 16 people and told them where the bodies were. Totally unrealistic, but still.
Are men and women equal?
I mean, listen. Like, there's a lot of things that men do that also women can do. Like, I don't need a man for shit, period.
Okay.
Okay. Who comes to fix your lights and do your plumbing?
Period. Exactly.
Are men and women equal?
Period. Exactly what she said. Period.
That doesn't even make sense. They didn't even answer the question. Period. Period. Exactly what she said. Period. Period. Are they equal? Yes or no? Period.
So why do you think that women are more honest than men?
More honest? I think we know what we want. We put it out front. This is what we want, and
You literally just said with your friends, no, you did not.
I think that's why we're more honest.
If your friend looked fat, would you tell her?
No.
Like she's my best friend, probably. But if she's like a random person, probably not.
Would you tell one of your...
Well, he said friend. He didn't say if you saw someone on the street, are you gonna tell them that they're fat? But obviously, you're not gonna tell someone that they're fat if they're a random person.
Friends right here if they look fat.
I guess, but like, no.
No.
So
Yeah, no, I would tell them, but they don't look fat. They look great. No.
What would you rate them on a scale of 1 to 10?
Tens, 100% 10.
She's a 10.
No, I don't rate myself.
You're a 10. I'm sorry. You're a 100.
No,
She's a 100.
I'm not gonna rate myself none because that shit don't matter. It matters what's up here, period.
Mind. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm a real ass bitch. I got money, baby. This Chanel, 7 bands. This BBL, 10 bands.
I don't want no girl with BBL. And also, I don't really care how much you make.
Bitch,
I thought it matters what's up here, and then you pointed to your BBL.
Okay, but
That's so funny, too.
Listen. I'm a few daiquiris in.
Sounds like you're not honest.
I'm a very honest person. Yeah, I'm very honest.
What could they improve the most about their looks?
Nothing. They're perfect.
Do you believe her?
Nothing's perfect.
No.
Do you think she's being honest right now?
Like to a degree, yeah. Yeah.
You don't even believe what you're saying right now. You're lying to me.
No, I mean,
And you said that's a fresh BBL?
No, it's 1 year old.
but it looks fresh, doesn't it?
No, it's 1 year old.
No, but it looks fresh though. It looks fresh though.
It was just my BBL's first year anniversary.
But tell me, does this look fresh though? It does, right? It does.
I don't really want to
does.
look at.
So it
somebody's
sounds like we
BBL.
lie for different reasons. Women lie because they are putting forward their appearance. Men lie because they are putting their personality forward. So you're equating one worse than the other, saying that men lying is being shitty, but a woman lying is just her, making her appearance look better. Why is one worse than the other? If you're lying about your appearance and I'm lying about my personality and what I'm good.
If you only list your vacation home on Airbnb,
Stop.
What I'm good at, why am I worse than you?
That's a valid point, but I believe that if you're just lying about something, like let's say someone asks, oh, what are your intentions? And you're completely lying about your intentions. Well, I'm asking you straight up. Well, if a woman just looks good, you're not asking her like, oh, well, show me what's underneath your makeup or whatever. So I think it's different. If you're asking someone,
I don't think wearing makeup is lying. Like, I just don't get that.
I do. Because
When you wear lashes,
it's changing how you look. It's like filters, but it's like I don't know. I'll come back to something.
lying and saying that these are my lashes when they're not.
I don't think it has to do with lying. I don't know. It's like two different things.
You're enhancing your features.
If you could improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My boobs. I'm getting another boob job in September.
Another one?
They're like huge. Why are you? It's because she does OF. Probably corn star. Let's see what's this. Okay, just gonna hide that one. Okay.
I thought it matters what's up here.
Listen, no, but listen,
Yes, it
they still
does.
look good. So.
So wait, would you get another? Was that a Brazilian boob lift?
No.
Brazilian
Yes.
boob lift? Yeah. Ain't no way.
What?
Anal way? What'd you say?
You said
What
that.
you say?
Ain't no way you said that.
Anal way? The anal way.
The anal?
The anal way, right?
Wait, you told me you tried
It's technically still a BBL.
Anal.
Yo,
What?
Tell them about the time you did anal.
no, stop.
How do we get to tell them about the time you did panal? I don't know if that word's censored. How do we get there? What was the question that was even asked to them? I don't remember.
My boobs. I'm getting another.
Oh, okay. How do you think?
You're
I'm pretty sure it was how do you think you can improve yourself? And then she said my boobs, and then all of a sudden, tell them about the time you did anal. I don't know.
I don't think wearing makeup is lying. Like, I just don't get that.
When you wear
Is if wearing makeup is not lying, then me saying I have $10 million, but they're like it's prop money, is technically not lying, because it's prop eyelashes.
Lashes, you're lying and saying that these are my lashes when they're not.
I don't think it has to do with lying. I don't know. It's like two different things.
You're enhancing your features.
If you could improve one thing about yourself, what would it be?
My boobs. I'm getting another boob job in September.
Another one? I thought it matters what's up here.
No, but still, they still look good. So.
No, they don't.
So wait, would you get another? Was that a Brazilian boob lift?
A Brazilian boob lift? Yeah. Ain't no way.
Anal way?
Ain't no way you said that.
What'd you say?
Ain't no way you said that.
Oh, because he said anal way. And then tell him about the time you did
Anal way?
Why are you gonna tell some complete strangers about the time you did anal? But then it's a problem whenever you have to tell your boyfriend how many bodies you got.
Way.
The anal?
The anal way, right?
Wait, you told me you tried anal.
Yo,
What?
Tell them about the time you did anal.
no, stop.
Why do you believe in astrology?
Well, I kind of like am into like the zodiacs and stuff,
That doesn't
but
make
not
sense.
too much. It's more like I believe in some like a higher power, but maybe it's just a soul that's kind of using my vessel right now.
Do you think women are more likely to believe in things like astrology and crystals than men are, and if so, why?
I do, because I feel like women kind of have more of an open mind, but that's just from personal experience talking to women and men. But a lot of men bring it up to me first, actually.
What do they say?
They ask.
Let's see if it's still the same. Okay, I'm gonna talk real quick. Sorry, I'm just testing something out real quick. Sorry. My dude's gonna die. Ow. Could you? Okay, sick. It is. Alright. My bad, the mic, or my computer wanted to die, so I had to put the mic in on the other side. Let's see.
Using my vessel, right?
Why do you believe in astrology?
Well, I kind of like am into like the zodiacs and stuff, but not too much. It's more like I believe in some like a higher power, but maybe it's just a soul that's kind of using my vessel right now.
Do you think women are more likely to believe in things like astrology and crystals than men are, and if so, why?
I do, because I
they're
feel
weird.
like women kind of have more of an open mind, but that's just from personal experience talking to women and men.
She has more of an open mind, but she doesn't even know how to speak.
But a lot of men bring it up to me first, actually.
What do they say?
They ask what my sign is, stuff like that.
Those are weak. Those are not real men. Those are transformed girls.
Do you think that they actually care about that, or they're just trying to get into your pants?
That too is a good thing.
Most of the time I think they're
It's not a good thing, but it's a good point.
to get into my pants.
What sign am I emulating to you right now?
You, like, what sign do I think
Leo.
you are?
Leo.
Maybe like an Aries?
Oh.
What are you?
What are you?
I'm a Cancer.
He's I think he's a fucking Virgo. I don't know. He's born September 8th.
Yeah.
This conversation is giving me cancer.
Take a look around you here in Vegas.
Roasted.
Every girl, 5, 6, 7, a 10 even, they're on their phones 24/7. They've got the guys. They've got the UFC fighter with them. They've got the millionaire, the multimillionaire. They're still on their phone looking for the next best thing. So I feel like they could never have what they truly want. But what they truly want, desire, and need is God and is a man. A strong, confident, leading man.
They might not want it, but they do need it.
Makes sense, right?
It's complicated.
It's complicated. It is indeed.
No, actually, it's not that complicated. We prioritize feelings over facts, and not because we actually care about people, because they want us to all be confused. They want us to all be at the bottom. They want us to be easily controlled. So when we prioritize feelings and we don't even know how to say what the truth is, and everybody believes in their own truth, their own independent truth, we're prioritizing Satan over God. We're trying to separate God because we want to separate morality. When people don't have a higher belief, then they're easily to manipulate and put whatever they want into your head. And they don't have our best interest in mind. Why would they? If they want ultimate control, they would want us all confused, depressed, and sad and fat. Very simple. Not that complicated.
It's complicated. It's a good, pretty good YouTube channel.
So it's really great to be talking to
Munch, the AI video editor that makes editing the favorite part of your.
I don't know what he's talking about. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna go back to this one. We're gonna look for more. Feminists. What was that? Is revenge. Oh, feminism is revenge. Still blaming men. How long is this video? 14 minutes. That's not even by it's complicated. Let's see. Videos. Let's look at this one.
Religion you are, you need sex.
Her voice is so annoying.
Want sex? That's good.
It's so high pitched and wow. All right, I'm gonna turn the volume.
Make you happy.
Men are weak at the end of the day, so it's really all up to them. So, what do you want? You wanna be celibate, or you're gonna have to cave in at some point to what we want.
Women have way more options than men.
Do you think men should withhold attention and resources when they're unhappy with women?
They can, but just to let you know, she'll find that attention somewhere else.
And when she does, she can get out of my house. We're done when that happens.
Do you believe that sex is a need or a want?
It's a want. It's a need.
Definitely a want.
I would say it's definitely a want. You don't have to have it to survive.
You don't.
Like that's biologically, like explain.
It's biologically. Okay, maybe she might have a accent that's kind of mean. It's biologically.
Like we came from animals, and
Okay,
then
she
that's
does
what
have
they
an
do. To recreate themselves, so that's a need.
She
Sex
kinda,
is a need in a different way.
she kind of had an accent, so I don't know if she like it was with her accent, but biologically.
Well, sex is a need in order to populate the earth, and that is what we are here on this earth to do. So it is.
Actually, you know what? Technically, it is a need, but like not in the way that not in the way that people use it nowadays. But the way she's talking about it, yeah, it's a need.
Need in that way. However, men's desires are not a need.
Is it more of a need or
Men's desires aren't a need. What's that supposed to mean?
for men or for women?
I would say, honestly, I think it's about equal. I mean, they peak at different times, right? So men in their 20s, they need it more. They want it more. Women in their 40s.
Even if it was just an urge, why are...
What did he even just say?
Honestly, I think it's about equal. I mean, they peak at different times, right? So men in their 20s, they need it more. They want it more. Women in their 40s.
Even if it...
Yeah, men in their 20s need it more. They want it more, actually. And women in their 40s. Don't know what about them, but just women in their 40s.
It's an urge. Why are men often shamed for
Women
wanting
in
it when
their
it's
40s.
biology?
Ooh, I don't know.
What if we shame women for having periods?
Then you're horrible. That's rude. That's like a normal thing. Like,
I mean, isn't it equally a normal thing for men to want sex?
no.
Why not?
That's literally, I feel like it is. I mean, it's kind of in their nature. Like that's what we're here to do, is to do that. Well, not to do it in the way that people are using it nowadays. But yeah, that's basically what we're here to do. It's like what is that, the June bug, where they basically have babies and then die after a day. But that's not the June bug. It's some completely other bug. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
If sex wasn't a need for men, why would men invest so much time, effort, and money and risk so much liability in order to get it?
I mean, because it's a need. It says it right there.
What else do men invest that much time and effort into?
Masturbating?
I don't think you should do that. However, hold on. What did he say? What was the question?
It says it right there.
What else do men invest that much time and effort into?
Masturbating?
Oh, okay, I guess he's not wrong. But another thing could have been the gym.
What else do men invest that much time and effort into?
Money.
Money
That's
to impress women?
Yeah.
If sex is a need, why is it sold at a luxury price?
There is a market. Like there was a need. Like when you see that there is a need, there is a market, and they need that.
So it sells. Sex.
There's a market and a need. So when you see that there's a need, there's a market. And they need. So there's a market. And when you see there's a market, there's a need. And with every need comes a market. And they need that.
Exactly.
So when it comes to the current dating market, would you agree that women have more options now than ever, while men have more competition now than ever?
I think it's the other way around.
If women
That's
do
not-
have more options than ever, that does mean men have competitions already.
Well, women want the top 1% of the 1%, and they think that it's just everywhere.
The majority of men that usually, got
Because it is like everywhere. You're just not a part of it, so you wouldn't know.
any power and stuff like that, got the more options to choose any girl they want.
Plus, the girls that want the higher 1% are okay with that dude having more than one. So it's like, yeah.
Because women come along.
What did
It's
she
just
say?
everywhere.
Did she say women come?
The majority of men that usually, got money, power, and stuff like that, got the more options to choose any girl they want because women come along with.
Yeah, but there's a lot less 1% men than there is pretty girls because there's like, you put on makeup, you look pretty. Any girl could do that.
Bag and success. So for an average man to find a good woman, he sometimes has to settle for women that are gonna whatever the fuck they want to do, cause they're not maybe the alpha.
So is it fair to impose these delusional rich alpha male standards upon all men and shame those who don't conform?
I feel like you should try your hardest to be you and be the best you can be, but not for women.
You gotta have game, but you can't be like too thirsty.
Why are men shamed
That's
for being
kinda
thirsty
true.
when women created the drought?
Oh.
We didn't create a drought.
Don't women decide who gets sex?
I mean, I guess you could kind of argue that.
Because if the men did, it's sexual harassment or rape. Otherwise, the girls decide.
You could say that.
Are men more thirsty for sex or are women more thirsty for attention?
I think men, cause y'all pay for like only.
Oh. Yeah, there's another one where they literally, it's just a day. It's like sometime in the summer or the spring. They just like, it's like somewhere, I don't know. I saw a video where it was a bug and it basically has kids and then just dies right after that.
And shit like that.
Most men are just needed more than women do.
Are women more prone to teasing or pleasing men?
I'd say teasing. There's a lot of
Teasing, yeah.
thirst traps online, nowadays.
Thirst traps. We didn't create the drought.
All a woman got to do is go on like Instagram, Twitter, social media, period.
That's what I'm saying,
And just
man.
post some fire ass pictures, and then they gonna have all kind of dudes all in their inbox. Like you have a female shaking her ass.
The day a girl turns 18, she has like 100 messages on her Instagram, and it's like these rich dudes. Mayflies? That's the one. And it's these dudes telling her to come on a yacht. But as soon as a dude turns 18, he has to work. Sad.
And then have like 1,000 dudes like watching that video, and out of those 1,000 dudes, I'm pretty sure at least half of them probably like in her inbox,
in her DMs.
Why are
This isn't Gmail. Come on.
men shamed for being thirsty when men are typically the ones expected to pursue women?
That's a really damn.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Oh, sorry,
Now's the
broke
time
you
to get
too.
in.
If we're expected to pursue, why are we being ashamed for the pursuit?
Because men are the ones who sit here and do things that are very disgusting to women as far as getting rejected. They will tell you that you're beautiful one moment, and then they will bash you, and they will do certain things just because they think you're beautiful. They also believe that what you're wearing justifies who you are. They are incapable of emotion and understanding emotion. They think
I just said that same thing. Also, I was about to say something to this girl because I don't even know what she's on. She's on a rant.
The pursuit.
Because men are the ones who sit here and do things that are very disgusting to women as far as getting rejected.
Getting rejected. But when they get rejected, they often the girl would it'd be like, no, you're gross, or like, ew, no, or something like that.
They will tell you that you're beautiful one moment, and then they will bash you.
But girls do the same thing because they're all bipolar. Just kidding.
And they will do certain things just because they think you're beautiful. They also believe that what you're wearing justifies who you are.
That's very, like, why would you wear something that's inappropriate and go out in public to that with that, and not have people think that's like you're a hoe? Like if you're wearing like a freaking crop top and with like stuff that shows, why would people not go to think you're a hoe? Or a 304, sorry. My bad. A 304. I'm sorry. A 304. People are gonna think that because of what you're wearing. It's like, I don't know what I was gonna say.
They are incapable of emotion and understanding emotion. They think logically and they think physically. So because it's not coinciding with what their beliefs are, they get angry and they get
That we don't.
aggressive.
Do you think you'll...
But yeah, I think it's better to think logically than to think emotionally, because if you think how you feel, which is when you really get aggressive, because if you're mad, you're going to think like that, and you're just going to yell and do all stuff like that. But if you think logically about things, you like take it in your brain and you actually like digest what is happening. So you like break it down and like you'll say or do whatever the best possible thing is to do because you're thinking logically. Duh.
ever make it to the top 5%? And if so, how long do you think it will take?
No. No either, but who knows, maybe.
How long do you think it will take? Do you think you'll ever make it to the top 5%? And if so,
I will. And it'll take about 5 years.
how long do you think it will take?
No. No either, but who knows?
I still can't believe like you thought that at the same time I thought that and I said that. It's still kind of crazy.
Maybe we can go to top 15 or 10. I'm not 6 foot, so I can't be in the top 10%.
You definitely could be in the top 10%. All you gotta do is make money. You just gotta make millions of dollars, and the girls would be all over that. I'm not 6 foot. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. What's that guy's name? Pretty sure Leonardo DiCaprio is not even like, I think he's like, how tall is he? Oh, he's 6 foot. Never mind. Not a good example.
It would be nice.
Aiden Ross is a pretty good example. He has money. Okay. But yeah, Aiden Ross is a good example. He has money. He's not 6 foot. Was he like 5'10", 5'9", 5'8"? and he gets girls sometimes.
But reality is, I probably won't reach it. I mean, having money is a pretty good value to have, right?
So how is telling men that they need to become high value not just shaming all the average men who can't make it to the top 5%?
I think any man can make it to success, but not stereotypical top 5%.
Which is just basically you have money, you're hardworking, dedicated. That's stereotypical 5%. Top 1% is literally you have tons of money because you work hard and you're dedicated and you do what you need to do regardless of how you feel, which is logic. Yeah, though that's basically a top 1%. You don't have to be 6 foot tall to be in the top 1%. That makes no sense.
I think that's been popularized by media a lot. I think like if you're not a good-looking man that owns a fucking tower in Manhattan or something, you're.
And you could be a good if you're ugly, it's probably because you're not really fit. You could be a good-looking person, and all you have to do is just go to the gym.
Not gonna get the prettiest woman on the block, right? But I like to think that people still fall in love with character more than anything.
If sex wasn't a need, wouldn't men boycott these women rather than be forced to simp for them?
Yeah.
So then
probably wouldn't want to deal with a lot of us.
So then isn't that men are simping because they're forced to?
You said they're forced to?
Yeah.
No, I just think a lot of guys are thirsty.
We typically want a woman for sex, in all honesty, you know. But I mean, if we didn't want sex, or if sex wasn't an option, then yeah, we wouldn't really be doing the things we do for a woman.
Why will women often withhold sex when men have a stronger biological need for sex than women?
Control, kind of power.
Because women want to see if that's all that a guy is looking for.
They do have power. Because even if nothing did happen, they could screw your life up and say that guy molested me.
Should men withhold attention and resources when men are unhappy with women?
No, that'd be fucked up.
Didn't women set the terms that they needed?
This is fucking Elvis? Oh, I can see that. This is Elvis? Who is this dude? Why are they interviewing this person?
Be served and put on a pedestal, which created simping in the first place.
Absolutely. They were watching the talk shows and they give them all this BS and they buy into it. It's exactly what they want to hear.
If sex wasn't a need for men, how would women as a standard manipulate men through sex?
That's a good question. I don't know what they would do because men, more and more of my friends want nothing to do with women anymore.
Why are men expected to bring more to the table than they ever have in order to please women who bring less to the table than they ever have?
Isn't that chivalry?
Like that old school mindset, like.
Yeah, but it's chivalry just for you to go cheat on that guy whenever you feel like it.
Oh, like the man got to do this, the man got to protect the house, the man should be the provider, woo woo. But it's like we're not living in those times. Like yo.
Also, a man is supposed to bring that to the table for you to be able to take care of his kids and clean, or I'm not gonna say clean, but like cook, you know. But if you don't know how to cook, and you don't take care of his kids, and all you want to do is go out and party, and this guy is just bringing money, a house to the table, you know.
Work, your hands work, like, you know what I'm saying? You can get money just like we get money. Let's both get a bag, you feel me?
Women bring more to the table now, and I think that because women have had less standards for men, they have known that, you know what, like, men are not going to do it, we're going to do it for ourselves, and that has made men lazy, and men have actually survived off women nowadays. So that is definitely a false statement. Men should work harder because they are stronger, they are faster, they have more abilities than we do. They need to do more.
That's not wrong. That's very true. Yeah.
Are making a little bit more than men nowadays, so that's why we have to step our game up and really provide and bring more to the table.
Also, it's not really hard to do, like, to make money as a girl. All you have to do is make an OF account. Only that's all you gotta do, and be a corn star. And it brings a bag to the table. And if you have an OF account as a dude, I feel like it's not the same. Like, no one's buying that.
If we accept that women are living life on easy mode, why are we not trying to change that rather than tell men to step their game up to appease these toxic women?
I feel like it's a question of perspective. I think
Not only that, to make money as a girl, like, there's a thing called yachting, which I won't get into, but where they basically pay girls to go on these celebrities or billionaires, millionaires, trillionaires yachts, not trillionaires, billionaires yachts, and just to, I'm not gonna say anymore, but yeah.
whatever the provider of the house does should be appreciated, and that's all the payment that they need.
I'd say like women are.
All right, so you're saying, so this dude is saying, if I'm the provider of the house and I make all the money, and I, the one paying for the house and paying for the cars, and paying for the clothes and stuff like that, and all the wife would have to do in this situation is appreciate you. Just you don't have to cook. No, you don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. No. Just yeah, you can stay in here, or you can go. You can go out with your friends. Yeah, go ahead. Just appreciate me. That's what he's saying then.
Relatively more social creatures in general, and men are more competitive in nature, so that probably makes it easier that men trying to step to the game rather than changing how the society works.
But I mean, it might be easier, but no, it's not easier, because if you step up your game, it's hard to do these things. When women could just make the exact same amount women can make the exact same amount as women can make the exact same amount of money as men can with less work. So if you step up your game is already high as a guy, because they don't have to do much to get money. And if you step it up even, it's high, but then this is the level. It's they don't have to do a lot. I mean, there's if you're doing traditional ways to get, if you're not doing traditional ways to get money, like most people that are over 18, most girls could just start an OF and make tons of money that way. So it's like, this is the level of easiness. Whereas for a guy, you can't really do that. So you actually have to do something. You have to like have a business. Yeah, you either have to have like a business or to make some money another way. And it's cool. It's monumentally It's monumentally harder to do to get money as a dude than it is to get money as a girl. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy, if he started an OF, it would. I'm pretty sure no one would buy it. The girl could start an OF and make millions of dollars a year, whereas the guy would have to actually work and put in the time and effort to do stuff. And she gets to just go on vacation trips, and all she has to do is make one video a week.
Many women today say they don't need a man, they want a man. They don't need a man to provide for her material needs, yet men still need a woman to fulfill his sexual needs. Shouldn't men also have the option to say they don't need a woman?
One thing, Snap Sports. Without this, wouldn't be possible. Appreciate you guys very much.
Shaq score. Okay.
They want a woman so that both sexes can be on a level playing field.
I want a woman, I don't need a woman because I can do all the things by myself.
Yeah, but you can't have a kid without a girl. And that's, for me, a big thing.
I can spend my own money by myself. I make my own money by myself. I can honestly please myself. But I want a woman for those extra things. Of course, physical things. Which,
in fact, you would need a girl for those extra things. You can't just do that without a girl. Unless, of course, you swing that way. I don't judge.
And an affection, you know, that I can't give myself. Nowadays, I feel like
you want somebody for something you can't do for yourself. So it sounds like you need them for that.
most women don't need a man because they can do these things themselves. Even also,
they can do literally everything themselves except, of course, have children. But most girls don't care about that anymore.
Pleasing themselves. They feel like they can...
Until they hit the age of 38 where it's like, no, thank you.
Do things by using a toy or whatnot that cause them to...
Using a toy or whatnot. I mean, men have toys too.
Detach themselves from needing a man. But in all honesty, I think we do need each other.
What, back in the day,
cool.
women really had to like keep themselves together, you know, to really appeal, to be able to attract a man, and you know, in a way they felt like it was like oppressing them, like keeping them down, like they were subservient to a man, and
subservient.
Today's day and age, the roles are kind of reversed, and it's not balanced. It's not right. It's not fair.
Life isn't fair. We are all given lemons and we're all given a lot of things. We have to deal with what we have. At the end of the day, men can sit here and cry and say that, hey, I don't have this and we need this, we need that. But you know what? Step up, be the man that a woman needs, and find someone that suits your needs.
I mean, she's not really wrong, but at the same time, she kind of is, because if they can't do much to step up, they're already stepping up. Most men, I mean, men these days, there's a lot of them who either just don't do anything, collect unemployment checks, and just get by like that. Like, I mean, there are some men that need to step up their game, but most men that are actually already trying are trying their hardest to get money when a girl can just literally do an OF. Like, it's not the same.
And that's it.
Men have a higher sex drive, and I hear it a lot. That
I don't know where this guy came from with the higher sex drive thing, but
women say, I don't need a man, but I'd like to have a man, and I tell them to go down to the pound and get a puppy.
Whoa, hold up. What is this dude talking about?
You're welcome.
Buy a dog and die.
You don't need a man. If you want a man, go down to the shop and buy a puppy. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Buy a dog and die an old lady all by your...
No, that's cat ladies. Cat ladies die alone with like 6 cats. And they eat her after she passed, and nobody even knew she passed away. Because it's been a week and nobody's seen anything or heard anything from her.
So,
I like that. That's pretty funny. Risking rejection. Let's see. That was kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I don't have that light anymore. I could do this. Oh, I need to be like right there. I feel like if I do this, it's gonna start ringing, so I don't really want to do that. I don't know, I'll just keep it like this, it's fine for now. Okay, we're gonna watch another one of these. I'm gonna watch this traditional. I'm gonna watch this one.
Purdue Global, Purdue's online university for working adults. Apply now.
Assume they don't want a relationship.
Somewhat, because you don't know what they really want. If they want to hook up, if they want to be with you, you just don't know.
If a person does bring up politics or religion, can you assume they do want a relationship?
Yes, because they want to know your character.
Hold up. I don't really want to watch this one. Is that better? feel like I did the same thing right there. As long as it's like either here or here. No, I don't really want a tissue box right there. Oh, that's fine right here. Anyways. Whoops, it's the wrong video one. My bad. Sexual needs and commitments. Coach Greg Adams. Still blaming men masculine standards. Attacked. It's complicated. Let's look at this one.
Why are men taught how to treat women, but women aren't taught how to treat men?
Ooh,
That's a
that
good
is
question.
intriguing. I guess growing up, I'm in my 50s now, there was always a stigma about, being a gentleman or being a young lady as well. But for some reason, you're right. There was always the men who were taught how to, hold the door open for a woman, be chivalrous and sacrifice yourself. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's interesting that women are not taught the same thing, but then again, men aren't taught necessarily how to dress and groom themselves as well as some ladies are.
I feel like they are, though. Just because they didn't put on makeup like little people, like girls, doesn't mean that they don't groom themselves and dress good. Like, of course they do. Actually, you're not wrong, actually. You don't really get taught how to dress. Well, I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know. I have no knowledge about it.
Can you define chivalry?
No. That's just being polite. Like, I don't know, just holding the door open.
That's an example
That
of
stuff.
chivalry.
I don't want to sound misogynistic here, but just a guy doing the manly things for a girl.
Chivalry is. Do you know what? I think it applies to both genders now with this day and age, but chivalry traditionally is a guy opening a door for a woman. A guy, like.
That's just an example, but they don't know the definitions of
The
it.
women sit down at the table first. It is a guy being a gentleman, a true gentleman.
Men being gentlemen.
Okay, basically, yeah.
And properly dressed and holding the door, but it's more than that. It's in the things.
So then they're taught chivalry, so that they are taught how to be properly dressed.
You might not see every day. It's taking the trash out without being asked. It's going out and mowing the grass or making plans.
How about I pay for someone to do that?
Or your significant other without it even being a special occasion. I think chivalry is really just being a decent, upstanding person and treating someone like they're the most important thing in the world to you.
What are your thoughts on the following list of expressions? Ladies first, ladies night, happy wife, happy life, never keep a lady waiting, women are special, women are queens, women are the prize, women are always right, placing women on a pedestal, and it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
Those are really old school terms. Well, 1950s type woman. We're in
What?
a different world now. I smoke weed. I hit the bong.
That's some girl you should not be dating.
I'll shotgun faster than you.
So you don't think any of those still...
That is not a girl. Oh my god, she's like more of a man than any other man I've ever seen. Not really.
Why?
Some of them do, but I don't think that women should be held at a higher standard than men.
Or a.
I mean, is that holding women to a higher standard or a higher status?
No, I feel like.
Aren't they all products of chivalry?
Welcome to the Quick Start Guide for setting up your first ad campaign with TikTok Ads Manager. If you
Wow. Wow. Yes, they are. I agree to that statement, yes.
Would you consider chivalry to be a female privilege?
Yeah.
Ooh, we're getting personal.
How's that personal? That was just a general question. It's not like he said, do you think it's a you privilege that only you have? That's personal. Or like, what? How many siblings do you have? That's personal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I feel like because girls never return it, it's always the guy.
Exactly.
You don't see women holding doors open for men.
Exactly.
You
Well,
don't see a lot of
sometimes,
women
but, yeah.
asking a guy out and then taking him out and picking up the check.
Yeah.
So is chivalry sexist?
Ooh. I don't know, because if you're traditional, then it's just tradition. But yeah, I mean, I guess some would say.
If chivalry is about being polite, wouldn't it be polite for women to do all those same things for men?
It definitely would be polite, but you know, it depends.
Who the hell is this lady on the right holding the microphone for this girl? Like, get out of the frame and let this girl hold the microphone if you ain't gonna say anything.
In your relationship, some men like to be the man and take that dominant role and take care of their woman, so.
It gives him the opportunity to...
Get sex?
No. Not sex, no. So, yeah, it may give him sex, however...
It gives him an opportunity to, I don't know.
Gives him the opportunity to provide and be that strong...
Chivalry gives him an opportunity to provide. I've never heard that.
Man for the woman that he is dating.
To be a slave?
Wow, no.
Or be a simp?
Maybe like a couple notches down from a simp, but yes, maybe, yes.
Chivalry is not being a simp, though. Because simping is... Well, actually, no. The way they just described it, it's technically simping, but... It just depends what kind of girl you're doing it for.
Simp.
What is the difference between being a chivalrous gentleman and being a simp?
For me, the difference is pretty much...
It's the pink cheeks and eyeshadow and the weird for me. And also the whatever that is on the nose.
knowing whether or not you are actually wanted in the situation.
Everybody think being a simp is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to me. I can't really answer that question because being a simp is not a bad thing to me. I mean, if you care about your woman, that's not a bad thing.
I told somebody that they were giving me too much and that they were being a simp when I was not fully interested, and I had displayed that to them. And so for him to have continued to buy me stuff, I feel like that is kind of what...
That's simping. It's when you do something towards someone that you like without getting an equal, like, without getting something back in return. So kind of like without something equal, getting something equal. Like if you're just gonna buy her like watches, not watches, but if you're gonna buy her purses and keep buying her purses and she does nothing for you, that's basically simping. But with the chivalry, I guess it's kind of not simping because you're expecting something, so you do it to increase your chances of something happening.
Made him a simp in comparison to someone who is just being chivalrous.
A lot of people believe that chivalry is just about being polite, like holding the door open, but like, you know, chivalry is also part of like guys getting down on one knee and proposing to.
This girl on the left is just making some weird faces, and I'm not sure if I like them. I actually am sure. I don't like them. They're weird to me, but I mean, they're not weird. Okay, hold on. I don't like them. She's like,
Men, guys being expected to kind of pay a woman's way on a date, things like that, right? If chivalry is about being polite, wouldn't it be polite for...
She looks so disgusting. I would not want to even like go near a person like this. Like, look at her face right now. Look at this. This is like, I mean, this girl right here, like, she's like being more respectful than this girl. She's like, can we just get out of here? And this girl's like actually taking and taking in the questions and actually thinking about it. And this girl's just like saying whatever she wants to say probably, and like, I smoke the bong and I hit the weed and I do all this dumb shit. And then she makes faces like this.
To do all those same things for men?
Absolutely.
Then
Yes.
why don't they?
I do.
Okay, but why do you
Because
think
we're
that...
already held at a different standard anyways. It's nothing against the actual men, but if our government wants to act like we're
Government?
not as important as men, then you should do the fucking work.
Where did she even get this government from? Government? See, she's saying random ass things, and this girl on the right is like saying like what she thinks. This girl just the government, yeah. I don't know what the government has to do about anything he just asked her.
I can't, if I want an abortion, I can't get one somewhere.
I guess that's true, but like if you want an abortion, there's certain criteria that has to like have taken place. You can't just be fucking around and then all of a sudden, no, I wasn't ready for this. I knew what was gonna happen. There's certain criteria.
Open my fucking door for me.
So all guys should pay for the mistakes of a few men who make the laws?
No.
But that's the world we live in, and we don't pick and choose, so.
When you're on a date, who should pay?
I agree, men should probably pay.
We're dating.
But here's the
gentleman here.
okay. He's supposed to pay.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I would love to have a woman come up to me and say, you know what?
I'm gonna pay for that.
I want to take you out to dinner. I'm going to pay for it myself. And you know what? If you play your cards right, you might get lucky. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I would even submit to that if women wanted to take the lead.
Is chivalry dead?
I would not submit to a girl taking the lead. It's just weird. Because it's not how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
It's not dead.
Who killed it?
It's not dead.
Feminism?
Chivalry in the West is probably dead, but anywhere else it's the same.
Why do some women find chivalry patronizing while other women expect it?
Because they're so into the feminism shit where they can't understand what's like the equilibrium. They're so far up into one side or the other. It's an equal balance here.
The fact that this is now the 21st century and everything's so modernized and it's not the way it was before, and if a guy tries to help a woman, they might perceive that as they think I can't do this myself.
You think that I can't?
Type a 1 in the chat if you think that a guy should pay for the date.
Do it for myself, especially when some people offer it in the way that they think that someone can't do it for themselves.
I opened the car door for them, and they're like, thank you. Then I've gone out with women that I go to open the car door, and they're like, what are you doing?
That's just being a gentleman. Like, would you rather, like, I'm just, like, trying to be nice to, like, I could just very well just get in the car. I could meet you. How about that? I'll meet you there. You drive your car, I drive my car. I'm not picking you up. And also, when we go into the building, I'm gonna open the door just for myself, and if it falls on your face.
So I guess this goes back to the simplicity of men versus the complexity of women. If you ask a man what another man's thinking, if a woman comes up to me and says, my boyfriend said this and well, this was the situation, I can tell her with some degree of accuracy what he's thinking and why he did what he did. Ask a woman the same thing. You know, my girlfriend did, she can't tell you. She has no idea. Why? Women can't even figure out other women. How are we supposed to be able to figure out women?
If the definition of lady is not serving a man, why is the definition of a gentleman to serve a woman?
Well, because the government some 100 years ago decided that men should be on top of women. And we didn't make these roles. We didn't make the narratives. We were given them.
What's the difference?
Who should go with the government again? Hold on, I want to listen to that question.
To be able to figure out women.
If the definition of lady is not serving a man, why is the definition of a gentleman to serve a woman?
Well, because the government some 100 years ago decided that men should be on top of women.
If a man should be on top of a woman, wouldn't that mean that a gentleman shouldn't be a thing? Because they should be looking down on women?
And we didn't make these roles. We didn't make the narratives. We were given them.
What's the difference between feminist women?
And a lady should look up at the man. Or not up at the man, but look higher of him, if that was the case. Or, I mean, a girl, but...
Shaming men for
a woman.
Being men, and traditional women shaming men for not being real men.
It's not really different. Shame and shame.
If you're a feminist, and that's your ideals and what you believe in, of course you're going to gripe and complain that, you know, about men in one regard. And if you're a woman that has strong opinions in the other direction, you're probably going to complain in the opposite way that men aren't masculine enough. And that's why people get together, and that's why some couples work out and some couples don't.
Why do some women find chivalry patronizing when other women expect it?
I have no idea because I'm the woman who expects it.
What's the difference between chivalry and manners?
Just being a polite person, but I guess chivalry is kind of like has that gender tone under it. Of being a man means you have to be civil.
If women have been historically oppressed, where did the expression ladies first come from?
Huh. That's a good question for Wikipedia.
I'm not sure where it comes from. I mean, I was raised off you treat a woman as if she's on top of the world.
Maybe it was some man that, you know, really didn't want to go someplace and do something, and he knew there was danger, and he was like, hey, well, you know, ladies first. that was the beginning of feminism right there. Ladies first. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
How can a society that always places women first be called a patriarchy?
I give up on your question.
If there was some unwritten law that black people had to open the door or give up their seat, would that be racist?
Yes. Yes.
So why is it when that same unwritten law is applied to men, it's not sexist?
It's applied to women too.
As well, yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't men typically the ones expected to give up their seat and
No.
hold the door?
Not technically.
Not today, but I mean, historically they were.
Historically they were, but
we're not living in
historically,
historical times either.
also we did have to give up our seats as well.
Technically, every single time, living moment is a historical time if it's being documented. Not if it's being documented, but like if there's stories about it, if there's news about it, it's historical.
So, I mean,
Right.
If there's evidence of it, not evidence, but yeah.
I'm saying men were more likely to give up their seat for a woman.
I've never seen it.
Show me which one of you is going to be a gentleman. Why? Why are you not being a gentleman? Why? Why?
I like how like she's looking up at the dude who's standing. Which one of you is gonna be a gentleman? And she'll
Why are you not being a gentleman to me? What did I do to you that I caused
You're yelling.
to not be a gentleman to me? I don't even know you. I don't even know you.
Honestly, men have made that standard for themselves. And women don't ask you exactly to give them your seat at the time. It's going to be like if you get on a bus, you're going to see, please stand up and offer your seat for disabled people, but you won't see that for, you know, women and children or anything. And so I feel like men do that to themselves. If they wanted to give up their seats for women, that is completely on them.
But then also, they could get yelled
I picked the software engineering program because they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry. The boot camp allows.
Let's see. Money Guide, How to Get Rich. I'm gonna watch that. Is this Hamza? It is Hamza. Lonely Men. What is this? Street Things. Or Street Talks. Oh, okay. Solution is prostitution. Let's see.
Why are there so many women today who say they don't need a man?
I mean, because if they want to go 50-50 on things, I just don't need them.
Because there's a lot of bum-ass men out in the world who don't do enough, so us women can
I feel like I've seen this.
fight for ourselves now.
Or her.
Because they're feminists and they like to be feminists.
If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a prostitute, why would a man need a woman?
I don't know how to answer this question.
Because of human connection, of meaning.
I've definitely seen this video. I don't
Connection, to correct myself. Just, there's nothing that replaces the authenticity of a partnership.
There you go.
Men need
But that's why you could just date somebody. Date.
women in a sense because, you know, I don't know, like, they need our love.
You know. I don't know, but you know.
You know what I mean?
True. You can't really get true intimacy with a prostitute. You can bust a nut, but that's about it.
Why do women proudly chant, "Pussy runs the world," but then also complain guys only want sex?
I don't know why they complain about that, but pussy definitely runs the world. You can make a man do a lot of things.
Does pussy actually run the world, or does it just control the men who built and maintain the world?
You know what? I feel attacked by that statement.
It wasn't a statement, it was a question, lady.
Because men cannot live without sex.
They can.
And it really does run the world.
I think it.
I mean, the president's a dude. Vice president might be a girl. Vladimir Putin's the dude. There's a lot more dudes that are rulers.
Only controls weak men. I don't think he runs any strong men.
That's
in
true.
fact, the men that rule the world, he bends for them. You know what I mean? They, you know, don't control a strong man. A strong man can replace the woman.
Women rule the world, but pussy just manages it.
Do you think there was ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
No. Women's always been the neck of the foundation. The men is just the head. We draw shit.
The neck, the men is the head. But we're also the feet and the legs and the arms and the hands. You're just one little part. Just kidding.
I mean, women always had power?
Yes.
They did.
But men
At one time, they weren't allowed to vote. Remember that?
cannot accept women having power, so we just have to stand in the back and pretend that we don't have power and use a reverse psychology and just like pretend that we don't, because they like to say they right, so we just like, all right, and give you the idea, and then you just say, yeah, it's your idea. Okay.
So why are women complaining about past oppression if they always had pussy power?
They want equal rights, and that's bullshit.
Personally, I just think they kind of like are backwards in their reasoning on most things. You know what I mean? It's they want to feel a certain amount of power, and that's the only thing that they can kind of reach to say that they have this power over males. So,
Do you think there was ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
Probably not, no.
Wouldn't that mean that women always had power?
Yeah, they definitely did, but we just make men do all the, hard labor work.
Women say they want equal rights, but then when a man talks to them,
Data science, analytics, machine
heck?
learning, and AI. These are the skills that the World Economic Forum is saying will be...
I'm not even
to them the way they talk to another man, then they say, oh, you're offending me, or oh, you're doing this. But if you want equal rights and you want to be treated equally, then it has to be like always. Like, it can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna put my hand on a man, and then like when he does it.
That's very true. You can't want equal rights and then I want to be equal, but he can't hit me, but I can beat the crap out of him. But also, he has to pay for the first date, and he also has to pay. He has to pick me up, and also, if he gets, never mind, I don't remember. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, basically.
Like, oh, I'm a woman, but you want equal rights, or you want to like put yourself in a man position, but then you don't want like the actions to come, but only actions you want is beneficial actions.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Not a lot, and that should change. Society it's set up for that.
How do we change that?
You don't.
Great question.
Stop doing it.
Let women take over. Change the mindsets.
Never do that.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Christina Aguilera. She is my idol.
This girl doesn't even know what the heck she's talking about. How many female-dominated industries that are not related to what he said are there? And then she goes, Christina Aguilera.
Joplin, she's my idol. I am a singer-songwriter, and they have never based sex off of their career because they're so talented to do that.
That's literally a lie, because... Yeah, never mind.
How many female...
You already know why that's a lie, because Cardi B. Do you want to go... We could listen to Britney's... What did she say? Christina Aguilera song? We can listen to one of those.
Dominated industries can you think of?
Watch a music video.
Aren't
very... No, the opposite of what she said.
Sex or beauty?
It's none.
Not one. Not one.
Are men more likely to use power to get sex, or are women more likely to use sex to get power?
Ooh.
It's the other way.
I think women are more likely to use sex to get power.
What is the difference between sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
I personally don't think there is a difference. I think those are the same thing, one and the same. I think they basically are It's almost like if someone's using reverse psychology on you, like they want to be able to use your sexuality to advertise things. They want to be able to use your sexuality for whatever purpose that they twist the woman into. All they have to do is, it's kind of like in the Bible, they said, no, you should want to be like God, or the serpent said you could be like God. The woman falls into that very easily, so her head gets blown up, call it empowerment, and she'll do whatever she thinks is empowering.
So isn't it entirely subjective?
Yes, all of it.
Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
Yes. I think it's all a trick to take advantage of them.
Most female-dominated industries are sex or beauty-related, correct?
Yes. That's the way things are right now. That should change.
Well, right, but why would women want to give up their power if they can use it to,
Because it shouldn't be the only power that we're able to hold in society.
Well, whether it should
When you don't give...
That we should be able to hold in society. And then when you end up... I'm just kidding. I forgot the mic's over here.
women a fair chance to gain power.
They do have a fair chance. What not fair chance are you talking about?
They're gonna do whatever it takes.
Well, is there anything stopping women from getting power any other way?
Yes, men.
Well, I mean...
So men should just die? Men are stopping, like...
And also give women their power, correct?
Not enough of it.
Well, obviously, if all
Not
the men...
in the ways it matters.
If all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
Because they're fucking women.
What does that mean?
They're strong and better than men.
Well, right, but I'm saying if women couldn't use...
Well, if they were stronger and better than men, then how come they don't have more power than men? And there's not, like... I don't remember what you're saying, but how come there's no industries where a man is making less than a girl or a woman that's not sexually related? I don't remember.
To control men, then how would they get power?
Skip.
Women are more likely to use sex to get power.
What is the difference between sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
Okay, sexually empowering women would definitely mean like uplifting and like complimenting, like, ooh, girl, you look good, but not too close, you know? Because it could easily be turned into, ooh, girl, you look too good. That's a whole ass snack, and then now that's harassment. So there's a fine line.
But you could also just say, oh, the same thing you just said. You could say, oh, you look good, girl, and then they'd take it as harassment. Depending on how you look.
In between the two.
Well, isn't it entirely subjective?
Subjective to your own intentions, yes. Like, so maybe your tone of voice or your implication in the fact, or however you were trying to come off at the matter, you know?
Everyone, when they say that, is trying to come off as like they're interested in you.
So I think it all has to do with
Like,
the subject.
Why would you want to try and come off as creepy when you're doing that?
The intention, right?
Men don't have a say in women's sex life.
Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
No.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
No. It means that we can use our body the way that we want to without men's control.
So then it means that you are okay with it as long as you're getting paid.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women...
Bro, I could do like that's so not real work. There's people that like feed people for a living. And that's not, you cannot compare the two.
More accepting of women who can sell...
There's also people that build roads. That's completely different from what, they're not the same.
But are less likely to accept a man who can buy it.
Body the way that we want to without men's control.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Yes. Yes. And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely...
Sorry, I'm gonna do this again. Why does she keep smiling? She's so crazy. This is not anyone you want to be taking opinions from.
Women more...
See, look at that. Scary. Even this girl kind of is kind of low.
Of women who can sell sex, but...
See how she went from... Duh. Like that was, ooh. Okay.
Women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it.
Because it's empowering to be able to do what you want with your body when you want to be able to do it.
But isn't that like shaming your own customers?
No,
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
because it's my fucking body.
My body, my choice.
My body, my choice.
Why do women often claim victimhood by the very getting paid?
No, it means that we can use our body the way that we want to without men's control.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex?
Of course
I
they
have the ability to help
I don't know
people
why I looked over
escape
here.
reality. At least for the
Like,
next
this is
week
my
or
camera.
so.
I'm already looking at the camera.
But are less likely to accept a man who can buy it.
Hold up.
But are less likely to accept a man who sex work to be real work.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Because it's empowering to be able to do what you want with your body when you want to be able to do it.
But isn't that like shaming your own customers?
No,
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
because it's my fucking body.
My body, my choice.
So you can be a victim of your own product because it's your body. So basically you get to choose when you want to be a victim.
My body, my choice.
Why do women often claim victimhood by the very thing they use to empower themselves?
I don't know. She's gonna say I don't know.
I believe in that question. I do believe that women they do that Me Too shit, and I don't believe in that. Like you say you want to like empower yourself.
That is not the question. These people. Why do you think girls victimize themselves from the thing they get power from that they say they get power from? I agree with that question. Like, do you like Fortnite or no? Why does Fortnite have like 6 guns in it? I agree with that question.
And then use this as like, like a beneficial factor, but then you claim victim, and I think it's just a money aspect.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
No.
No.
Thank you for
Well,
saying
yeah, for porn stars
Ah.
and OnlyFans, because they get that dough. They're millionaires off OnlyFans.
that. It's not real work. You're not doing anything. You're just doing the things you like to do on your free time.
Why is...
So it's technically it's not real work. Okay, the way I said it maybe could have been phrased a little better, but it's not real work. You already like yeah.
Porn legal, but prostitution isn't.
Tell me that. Why? And tell me this. Why?
He's the one asking you the damn questions. Stop asking questions with his. Stop answering his questions with a question to ask him. It's like.
Go out and have sex with 20 million men for free, and then nothing happens. But as soon as you want to put a price on your worth, it's illegal. Hello.
Well, porn is because. Oh. Corn is because you're like videotaping it, but that's not. That's she just got into something completely different again.
That's the question.
Do you believe all adults have sexual needs?
Of course.
Of course, you couldn't
Buy
live
a
life.
vibrator.
You could not live life without sex.
I mean, you definitely could.
It's impossible.
Should lonely men be expected to satisfy their sexual needs by watching porn?
Yes and no. If they're really desperate, then yes. But if they can wait for a woman, then they should not watch porn.
I just think they shouldn't do that in general. But I don't think that was the question again.
And if that's what they want, then I think that it should go that way, or by prostitutes.
If so, why would men still crave sex when porn is free and available all over the internet?
Because you don't get you know how long it takes for you to find the right porn.
Because the women don't understand.
You know how long it takes for you to find the right porn? It's like 2 minutes, bro.
Men still crave sex when porn is free and available all over the internet.
Because you don't get you know how long it takes for you to find the right porn.
You know how long it takes for you to find the right porn?
Because women don't understand that men actually are more horny than women themselves. And they actually need a sex life, otherwise they cannot function at all. And I know that.
That is, again, just kind of false. They can't function. Just all the little babies can't.
Like ex-boyfriends that cannot live without sex.
Do you consider sex work to
You dated little babies.
real work?
No. Not really, no.
But do you think most women consider sex work to be real work?
Yes.
Yeah, the empowerment thing, trying to, you know, make it sound like it's more than it is so that they can feel good about it kind of thing. But I don't believe it is real work at all.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Ooh, that's a good question. More double standards. Just they don't like reality very much.
Isn't that shaming your own customers?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Isn't that like...
It's like selling drugs and then like, why are you doing drugs and you're selling it to them?
Think about crackheads while you're selling crack?
Exactly the same, yeah.
If prostitution...
That's funny because I just use the same analogy.
Like, was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
Ooh.
Prostitution was legal.
Not really, to be honest with you. I can't say I think we'd be better as a society at all.
We would
not
definitely
really.
not.
Yes, I do consider sex work is real work. We're the work of all time. We're gonna last longer than any other industry. We've been here all before, okay, and we're still gonna be here. When computers and everything take over, they're still gonna want a physical woman to get it done, okay? We're gonna be here.
If prostitution was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
No.
Yes.
Why?
No. Why?
Everybody would be happy.
No.
Honestly, no, because I think we need to go back to old school values more so than this like do you boo boo type of thing that's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's more important to.
As she sits here with her tattoos and her basically bras on with her Lees from Sneeko. With her, I just realized Sneeko has reacted to this exact video. But with her eyelashes on, just kind of makeup, not really makeup anyways.
Re-register ourselves with old school values, being committed, and you know, making that investment into each other and making that commitment, because it's scary, yeah, but it means something. It means a lot more.
Do you think the solution could be prostitution, the world's oldest institution?
Yes.
No.
I don't see anything wrong with prostitution as long as it's consensual, legal, and safe.
I think the solution is always prostitution, but it's a way of saying like that, because not prostitution is sex work. Because prostitution is like it's like a derogatory term, and it's meant to like say like people on the corner or like a less than person. Sex work is more like.
No, it's just like somebody selling sex without recording it. Basically, it's somebody giving money. It's somebody giving somebody money for sexual activities. That's what prostitution is.
Therapy, spending time, not just like that, because it's not always that. It's more to, we're more than just that.
Well, what about when it's like done, you know, in brothels as opposed to streetwalkers?
No, okay, so that's when they can put a price on it, then that's when it's okay. But it's like, you're not gonna tax me for my body. Like, how dare you try to tax me, or like I have to pay for your service, like, and I'm the one doing the service. Like, no, I do not believe in that. Like, no, how can you tax us for something that's done for free every fucking day? No.
Wouldn't relationships be built on love rather than sex and manipulation?
You mean, why did you tax us for something that could be done for free every single day? That doesn't make sense.
I think that the opposite would happen if prostitution was legalized.
Well, if a guy could get sex anytime he wanted, really easily, why would he need to be in a relationship for any reason other than love?
Because if you're in a relationship for love, you should be able to get sex anytime you want to and not find it elsewhere.
I don't think any of the relationships are built on love anyway. Like,
a business account could help boost your TikTok content. Here's how. Meet Anya. So you run a small
she's
business.
fake.
Like, I think all of this is a big excuse. Like, we're making excuses just to go about this daily dance.
Wouldn't women be more accountable and make more effort to create loving relationships?
Yes, I believe so.
Wouldn't it remove any legal liabilities for men trying to get sex?
Yes.
Wouldn't it remove the possibility of rejection?
Yeah.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be government regulated and generate tax revenue?
Yeah. Like I mean, I heard it's certain places in, near Nevada and near in Las Vegas where they actually making tax money off of it. Hey, people gonna do it regardless. It's just gonna happen.
So can you think of any reasons not to legalize it?
No.
Do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, we'd have a better society?
Yes.
Yes. And safe. Safer society, because it would be included in law and protected by law.
So don't women often look for sugar daddies and men often look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Don't women often look for sugar daddies and men look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Do you believe it's generally true men objectify women sexually while women objectify men financially?
Absolutely.
Isn't it generally true that men seek the hottest woman they can afford while women seek the richest man they can attract?
Definitely.
Don't men want trophy wives and women want sugar daddies?
That's the game.
So how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
That's all it is. It's prostitution in slow motion, low key.
So then why would it be bad to legalize it if it's already happening?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you got me on that one, I guess. Yeah.
Why should men pay for the opportunity to maybe get sex instead of just paying for sex?
I know. Go with the sure thing. I would go with the sure thing instead of taking a woman out and spending $200 on dinner. You know, might as well just give her that $200 and get to it.
You're paying for the time and the woman's worth. You're not paying.
I love how in the chat it says li from Sneeko when Sneeko did that before he got banned off of YouTube and then Twitch, and now he's on Rumble. But it's still good. The streams have been better than ever.
For an action or a transaction.
But wouldn't the marketplace determine what the woman's worth is?
No, the woman determines her worth.
Well, she can ask a certain price, but
yeah, she can ask, and if he feels that she's valuable enough, then he will supply that demand.
So then doesn't that mean that he's determining her worth if he doesn't like? So, yeah, doesn't that mean that he's determining her worth if he gets to decide what he wants to pay her?
Wouldn't it end simping and shift the sexual marketplace to where women have to compete for the men?
I guess I don't really see how it does that.
Well, why should men pay for the opportunity to get sex instead of just paying for sex?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Yeah, it kind of, it kind of swaps some power around a bit. I can see that.
Wouldn't it also flood the market and drive the prices down?
No.
Well, obviously, you know, if you had just like...
If that was just like how you would get anybody and everyone could do it, then yeah, it would drive the prices down. Like, what's different from you than that girl over there who's charging less? Huh? Exactly. And then she's going to be obligated to charge less because she wants money for her and not for her.
Influx of women selling sex, there'd be a greater supply, right?
But who's to say there would be an influx?
Well, obviously, you know, look how many women are doing OnlyFans right now.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, obviously, if
OnlyFans and prostitution is not the same thing. Selling your body for sex and selling your body not for sex are two totally different things.
You're basically selling it for sex. Because, well, you're not selling it for... You're selling sex for money with prostitution. It's not selling your body for sex. With it's not what that is. It's still selling your body. You're just selling sex for money. Which is basically what is OnlyFans. You're selling sex for money, but it's a video, and instead of it actually happening to that person.
However, a woman should be able to do whatever she wants with her body, just like a man can.
So lastly, do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, there'd be...
Actually, I don't think men can be prostitutes. Like, I don't think a man can make money off of that. And even if he could, I don't think it would be legal, so technically...
less rape and sexual violence?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but I think if men could be able to get it up a little bit more for women that are willing, there would be a lot less crime.
Do you think that grape is about sex or about power?
Power. Power and control.
So if grape isn't about sex, if it's all about power, why wouldn't evil men just assault women and not bother having sex with them?
But some do.
Right, but isn't it really all about power and also sex?
No, I feel like it's more about power and control, and feeling like that you
Power and control is literally basically the same thing. If you have power, you have some degree of control.
like that you took something like that is just priceless, but you have that, like that you did that and that you violate that person in that way, that you have some type of like that you have that over that person, like.
Right, but I mean, like, you know, whenever a guy.
Did you have that over that person, like you know, like when I like, you know, like, yeah, you know
would get robbed or mugged or beat up and stuff?
It's
why don't they have sex with
that's
men?
a valuable, that's like materialistic stuff. But when you like put a price on that and then it still get taken as like you're not only robbing me, but you're violating and doing that also. So it's like a combine of like violations.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Yes.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
Yes.
In some cases, men see someone who is a prostitute as a way to take out their frustrations because they're paying her.
Sure, but I mean, if it was done safely with brothels and regulated, then wouldn't that be less likely to happen?
Possibly not. It depends on how well the brothel is run as a
Right, but
business.
I'm saying, I mean, why would that be any more likely to happen than, you know, in just any normal monogamous relationship?
Very good point.
If you are putting a profit on it or you're not, there's always that sick individual that's still going to want to just take what's not theirs, even if it has a price on it.
I don't think it would eliminate it entirely, but you don't even think that it might even reduce the numbers? No. Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Probably, that's possible, yeah.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
I think people are always gonna do that off of some seeking power.
But he did say less.
Someone else sort of thing. But yeah, if anyone who's been out of or graping out of desperation, I think absolutely you have a solution there. But
don't you think it would reduce it at least?
Yeah, I mean you would have an impact on some numbers, but yeah, you're always gonna have somebody like I said trying to exercise power.
Most people have no clue that in 2023 the best way to make money on Amazon is
going to therealworld.com. I don't know if you can see it, but I do therealworld.com. I actually just started it. You can kind of see it's right here. It's the real world. See that little? That's the real world. Anyways, I'm gonna have to say W stream. Not really. We could do something else. It's just me in the chat, so I'll turn this into a video so more people can see it. But let's see, how long has this video been? It's been an hour and 38 minutes. I think it's a W stream. I don't know. That's just like more videos we could react to that aren't like these type of videos. Let's see. I don't even want to see what that is. See, I wish I could just go on TikTok and like, cause there's a lot of videos I've seen on TikTok I would react to. Maybe I could start a Discord. This is a dumb. See, I tried to enter Tate Hustler University and I made $50,000. So let's look at this. How long is this video? It's 11 minutes.
thoughts about it, as well as how I'm making over $25,000 a month in the program. Now, if you haven't heard of Hustlers University, or better known now as The Real World, it's an online education platform designed as an alternative to traditional college or university. They teach 18 different methods to make money in the modern world, and each of those methods is taught by a professor who is already a verified millionaire themselves within that industry. If you want me to make a video going more into depth about what it is, comment down below and I could definitely do that. However, today I'm strictly here to talk results, all right? I see a lot of people, they've only been in the program for about a day, no action taken, no results generated, no legwork at all, but they're gonna come on here and try to get you guys to sign up through their link. Personally, I prefer to walk the walk first, and honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable coming on here and making a video if...
By the way, guys, I don't have a links, actually, the thing, so it's not called the Hustlers University anymore, it's called The Real World, as you can see right here. I don't think you actually see that, but basically, how that affiliate thing does work, I don't know if I can actually disclose this, I'm not gonna actually say this. No, I think I could. It's not reselling any information. How that affiliate market thing does work is you can't do it unless you've actually done stuff in the thing, so yeah, so like I think they changed the way that is now, so most people that you will see nowadays promoting this aren't trying to get any money, they're just genuinely trying to spread this. So like me, I'm trying to spread this. There's not going to be any links. Yeah, just go ahead and just therealworld.com. So
hadn't already put in the legwork and generated some actual results. So with that being said, man, let's get on into it. So a little bit about me.
What does even NFL go? What is that? What even is that? Or play a game? Yeah, I'm gonna play a game on my Mac. My MacBook Pro.
I day trade full time.
I'm not playing a game.
I've been doing it since 2021, and I'm left with quite a few spare hours.
What does NFL go?
In the day to put towards other things. Around June of 2022, I decided, hey, why not put these hours towards building another business, setting up more income streams, and that's what led me back to HU. Once I was in the actual campus, I ended up deciding on the affiliate marketing business model, simply because
hey, he just disclosed some information.
I had ran several other pages in the motivational, inspirational niche, and that's essentially the model that they teach within the campus. Now, if you're anything like me and you hear the words affiliate marketing, you're probably wondering, are the rumors true? Is it a pyramid scheme? Is it an MLM? I can assure you that it's not an MLM, okay? I've been in those businesses before where they've collapsed, and I've also done a bunch of affiliate marketing products as well. A lot of people have this misconception that affiliate marketing and MLM, multi-level marketing, are the same thing. However, they're...
Affiliate marketing is basically where you market for like it's not your business, so you're basically marketing for other businesses. Like affiliate marketing with Amazon. That is basically you selling their products for them and marketing them on like your Facebook or whatever.
Completely different business models. All right, now with that out of the way, let's get into the numbers. So June, this was month one. We'll go in order from June all the way to this month, which
yeah, let's go.
It's wrapping up December right now. So month one was focused on building my initial audience, and the platform I chose for that was TikTok. In June, I went from 0 to 10K followers. I made 2 sales, and I got $19.60.
Month one, that's 10K followers in a month. Not bad. 19 in revenue, I'm thinking.
Plus a free month. They used to run this program in HU. I don't think they do it anymore. When you got your first affiliate sale, you got your membership fee for the first month refunded. So I actually got my first month for free. By the way, the screenshots are gonna look a bit different from this point on. This was when HU was still on Gumroad, and they switched to their own platform shortly after that. So these screenshots will be like that.
And it's also now the real world.
And the rest of them will be from HU affiliates. On to the next month. All right, month two. Month two was focused on just continuing to build the TikTok, but I actually ended up running into some issues with the community guidelines, getting strikes and videos removed. So I started diversifying and repurposing my content to IG and YouTube Shorts. The result of that month, on my TikTok, we went from 10K to 23K. On IG, we went from 0 to 631 followers. And on YouTube, I do not have a screenshot. I did not take one, but we did not get that many followers on YouTube in our first month. It is what it is, man.
YouTube sucks. It's just a terrible platform. Just kidding. I love YouTube and I love Susan. Because they're gonna make me rich. Just kidding.
So sales-wise, we got 19 sales. We made $479.
That's dope. So he went from making 2 sales in June so he went from having 2 sales in June to making what was it, $19 to the next month making 19 sales with $470.
1 cent to wrap up month 2. The payouts, by the way, are bi-weekly in the affiliate marketing campus, so that's why you'll see my monthly payments over here split up into 2 separate wire transfers, just to let you know.
Which I'm not gonna lie, $200, $4 a month, just for your second month of actually doing something, isn't even that bad. Because when you're working, you get like $600 a month. No, it's probably 12.
On to month 3. So in this month, man, I was on thin ice with TikTok. They striked at least 2 more of my videos, and basically by mid-month, I was no longer able to post. So it was mostly focused on my other platforms. So follower-wise, we went from 23K to 29K on TikTok. A little bit of a slower month, but that's due to us not being able to post at all. On IG, I went from 631 followers all the way up to 3,834. And on YouTube, I kind of stopped paying attention to it this month. I was uploading in the background, but I wasn't really as consistent as I needed to be. So I did not include YouTube for that one either, but you will see soon that this is going to end up being a sleeper in the near future. Month 3, we made 41 sales for a grand total of $959.60. At the end of this month, carrying on to the next month, things get a little bit interesting, and pretty much nothing that I was expecting for this month ends up going according to plan. All right, so month number 4. This was shortly after the whole cancellation and the purge of HU2. Essentially, the Discord and all that got attacked. And I had a relaunch campaign going on where I had an email list full of people that I was about to sell to. And long story short, I had about 3,000 leads. And when I went to launch it, the email marketing platform ended up banning me. So I lost every single lead. I couldn't get in touch with anybody, and essentially my sales were just, well, not as good as the month before. Followers that month, TikTok stayed the same. On IG though, the IG definitely blew up during this month. One of our posts caught fire, and we went from 3,834 followers to 19K in a single month on IG. And YouTube, again, I'm sorry, I don't have a screenshot for the YouTube. I wasn't even planning on recording this video in the first place, so it's a miracle I even have all of these screenshots. But on YouTube, you just have to take my word for it. I went from whatever I was at to 500 subscribers on YouTube. So I could finally use the community tab. As far as,
and now he's at 4.4K.
Sales go in this.
I was just say 4K. He definitely, July to August was a $500 increase basically.
Month we made 28 sales and a grand total of $647.
By the way, his second month was pretty much if you worked at 9 to 5.
And 73 cents. This was definitely a difficult month because obviously what happened to my email list, but towards the end of the month, we just learned to adapt, overcome the chaos, and I gotta thank the community itself, the professors, just, staying on top of things and keeping the motivation at an all-time high. Moving on, month number 5. This month was really the month where my faith was tested in this whole thing. I'd pretty much given up on the affiliate marketing at this point, and I was ready to switch to e-com. At the time, they were buying accounts that were like 10 to 20K. If you didn't want to continue, you could always sell your account. At this point, I was really considering getting bought out and just cashing out on the accounts I had. I wasn't too pressed for the money. It was more about the time and if this was really even gonna be around, man, because I didn't know if the cancellation was gonna take HU out for good or if this would even be around for the next month. So I heavily contemplated it, but I'm glad I didn't, because what would come at the end of this month, I would have never seen it coming. So follower-wise, we stayed around the same place for TikTok and IG. Again, I was getting ready to sell my accounts, so I wasn't really posting in that month. And that's where things started to get interesting. So imagine, one day I'm sitting there, right? At this point, I'm really just focusing on my trading. I'm not really paying too much attention to my accounts. I check my phone. I see sales, bunch of sales. I wake up the next morning. Sales, 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 sales. My phone could not stop going off. It was sale after sale after sale, sometimes more than 2 or 3 sales per minute. And so I was like, okay, man, where is this coming from? It can't be from TikTok, can't be from IG. And I was like, oh, wait, we still got a YouTube channel. One of the YouTube videos that I had posted about 4 months back actually ended up blowing up and hitting over 300,000 views and just...
That is crazy. 300,000? 500,000 actually, because he did take a screenshot of that.
A matter of days. I was in disbelief. So YouTube, we went from 500 subscribers to over 5,680 subscribers.
Now he's down. Oh wait, no, never mind.
In just a couple of short days. We made 105 sales during this month for a grand total of 2,000.
10 times more you would have made at a 9, or actually double what you would have made at a 9 to 5.
$494.96. And if you think that's crazy, the next month...
Not even, because people make that as managers, like general managers, like the people that run the store. Half of that, though. So double, if not triple, what you would make at a 9 to 5.
Gets even crazier, because the shit doesn't slow.
That's in the 3rd month.
Down. Month number 6, compounding interest at its finest. That's all I can really say. The sales kept going, the YouTube kept going, the growth was crazy. So in month 6, the YouTube ended up growing from 5,680 subscribers all the way up to 20,000 subscribers. Month 6, we made 1,100 sales. And
this is obviously more than like 10x the...
We made a total of 27,900.
In just 6 months, he made more than he would have made at a 9 to 5 in a year. Than in 6 months. In 6 months, he made more than he would have made at a 9 to 5 in a year.
$1.49.
Or maybe a little under. And that's just in 6 months. That's half a year.
Crazy. Crazy, bro. This is the power of never giving up. If I would have gave up...
I mean, technically just in 1 month. But if you add all of them together, it's probably what he would have made in a 9 to 5.
That month, like I was about to, we would have never seen our first $27,000 month. And last but not least, this brings...
This is a double-digit month. 5-figure month.
To month number 7, we're just wrapping up and closing out December with 558 sales and a grand total of $26,830.
So he was able to upcharge his whatever he was selling. That's crazy, because in what was this? 7 months, he was able to make double what he would have made at a 9 to 5.
78 cents for the month of December. So there you have it, my journey to over $25,000 a month in HU/the real world. Honestly, for a young person who doesn't really fuck with the traditional college route, this is your best bet, man. I'm in a lot of different groups, and the success rate, I can tell you, I've never seen anything like it. 13-year-olds making 10, 20 grand a month.
10 grand a month for a 13-year-old is crazy because you have no bills to pay. You could save up 2 times and just buy a freaking car. Like a nice car.
18-year-olds, their first car is a Corvette.
That's what
like, I've yet to be in a community where this stuff actually happens. But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a wrap up for the video. So, sorry, hold on. It's gonna be a wrap up for this video. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna go wash some dishes, and then I'm gonna go back to my house. So, drink some water. Water's good for you. Don't do all these things that people want to tell you to do. Okay. Never mind. Don't do the bad things you know you shouldn't do. Do the good things that you don't want to do, but you should do. Do those. Like push-ups. Start doing push-ups. Working out. I've started working out a little bit. Okay. So, do 25 push-ups every single day. It's a little cringy, but yeah. See you later. It didn't work.